Joining us now is Attorney Domingo Cayosa, former IBB President. Good morning and welcome to the program, Attorney.
Attorney.
Good morning, magandang umaga sa ating mga kababayan.
Attorney, narinig niyo po ba yung
First
kanyang
of all,
mga argumento?
First of all, yung comment niyo po doon sa argument ni Attorney Torion.
Well, I only heard the last portion, but it's a professional respect for every lawyer. Kakilala at kaibigan natin ang iba dyan, they're competent. They have their own personal beliefs or professional evaluation of what has happened. Tayo ho naman, we don't represent any party. We don't represent any political interest. Naiintindihan natin yung mga magkakabilang panig ng abogado. Of course, it's their professional duty to do their best to defend or persecute for their client. So, intindihin lang natin sila. Siyempre, kung meron mang nakikitang batas and it is susceptible to different kinds of interpretation, siyempre, ang isulong ng magkabilang panig, yung version na paborable sa kanilang kliyente. So, wala na ho tayo doon. We don't want to comment there. Sa atin lang ho, when we are asked, we are interviewed, we just state what the law says, what the jurisprudence says, at yun lamang po.
Yun lang, gusto ko lang klaruhin, Attorney, yung argument yung sa RA 9851, yung lack of procedural guidelines daw. Wala pong precedent to or historical history ng pinanggagalingan?
Well, ang linaw-linaw ho nung batas kasi, di ba? At no amount of opinion by any lawyer, including me, or any media pronouncement, or even pronouncements or resolutions by the Senate or opinion of the Senate President, sino man, can change the law. Ang sa atin lang ho kasi, yung batas ang linaw-linaw. Na kung meron ng ibang korte that has acquired jurisdiction at may warrant of arrest, ang option ng ating executive branch, maaring isurrender doon. Period. Wala ko na sinabing ibabang proseso. So, tingin ko, ang linaw ko ng batas, hindi naman kinakailangang meron pang ibang mga detalye na gagawin para ipatupad yun.
Kung ganun po kalinaw yung batas, attorney, bakit po hindi ka agad ma-implement ng executive ito? Even the President said, okay, walang stand down, wala munang mag-aaresto, etc. And this arrest warrant is no different from the arrest warrant of the former President.
That's correct. But it's not accurate to say na hindi ito in-implement. As a matter of fact, if you listen very carefully to what NBI was saying, they were there to implement that warrant of arrest. Nung una, nagkagulo sa Senado, naintindihan natin kasi akala nung iba, si IDG sumpi na lang. And kita yung ICC warrant of arrest, sabi nila, peke yan. Ngayon, kinonfirm na ng ICC. So that's already a fact that is well established. Ngayon, bakit sinabi ng wag muna? Siguro sa tingin ng Presidente, exercising his discretion, masyadong maingin, palamigid lang. But the momentary pause o temporary pause diyan para i-accommodate siguro kung anong pakiusap ng mga senador o kaya hipayin yung Supreme Court, whatever the reason of the President, we leave it to the discretion of the President. But it does not change the law. Yung resolution ng Kongreso, pananalita ng Senate President, pananalita ng sinumang abogado o yung exercise of statesmanship ng Presidente doesn't change the law. So anytime nagugustuhin ng executive branch na isurrender yung may warrant of arrest galing sa ICC, dun ho sa batas yan. Hindi ho yan foreign law, local law yan. We don't even need to invoke foreign law or international treaty, which is, by the way, part of the law of the land. Ito ho, gawa na ho ng sarili nating Kongreso. So, we cannot add anything to that. So, maaring magkakaiba interpretasyon, kaya tumakbo sa Supreme Court, but no amount of argument will change the wording of that law.
Before we move on to the impeachment nga, I'd like to ask you, given that today daw ata ipa-file ni Attorney Torion yung comment, usually how long po, Attorney, in your experience, does the Supreme Court rule on things like this?
At una, to be fair to the Supreme Court, hindi ho tama naman na wala silang desisyon. So far, meron na ho silang desisyon, di ho ba? Ang hinihingi ng petitioner ni Senator Bato de la Rosa at mga abogado niya, ipahinto, TRO. So nagdesisyon ng Supreme Court, hindi namin ibibigay yan sa ngayon. Di ba? So, malinaw ho yun. Ngayon, yung pag-order sa gobyerno na mag-comment at saka yung nagbigay ng option kina Atty. Torion na mag-comment and mag-reply, part of discretion ho nila yan. Para siguro lahat mabigyan ng pagkakataon, magpaliwanag ulit, humingi ulit, lahat na yan para walang masabi na railroaded at political na naman ito. So that's part of the process. But so far, the Supreme Court, by its inaction, has already exercised its judgment. They're not entitled to TRO. We don't know if that will change. But ito lang ho, yung sitwasyon ni Senator Bato, halos kapareho ho na sitwasyon ni President Duterte. At yung issue na yan, it's just an issue of law. Matagal na ho yung petisyon ng pamilya ni President Duterte. Hanggang ngayon ho, wala pa rin hong malinaw
Yun nga po.
Supreme Court. So that should already telegraph kung ano yung kaisipan ng at least majority of the justices. Ngayon, bago pa dumating yung bago pa linabas yung actual warrant of arrest at bago na-confirm ng ICC yung warrant of arrest, di ba tumakbo na si Senator Bato noon humingi ng TRO. Pero hindi rin ho yun inaksyonan hindi rin binigay. So these are just indications. We don't know what the Supreme Court will decide eventually, pero maganda, gaya ng ang gusto nyo at gusto nating lahat, sana naman ho sa lalong madaling panahon. Kasi ho, yung mga naunang mga petisyon, yung walang binigay na relief, is already indicative.
Indicative,
Pero para sana walang kaduda-duda at para hindi pa ulit-ulit itong argumento na magkabilang panig, di ba? Sa social media, sa media at kung saan-saan, di ba mas maganda sana rin-resolve ng Supreme Court ito kahit paso na. Kasi in many cases, Supreme Court has said kahit paso na, kahit in academic, didesisyonan namin ito para magagabayan ang future mga actuations. Ito ho kasi nagkulang din ang Supreme Court Hindi ho nila ina-actionan So ngayon, kanya-kanya ulit tayong mga interpretasyon, politikahan dyan, propaganda dyan, hindi ho nakakatulong for yung malinaw na rule of law. So yun ang pakiusap natin sa Supreme Court. Pwede ho ba naman gampanan na ang inyong tungkulin sa lalong madaling panahon at tundukan yung mga ganito para hindi ho paulit-ulit. Nakakapagod na ho yung mga diskusyon at nalilito ang taong bayan. And it adds to the instability of our society.
Tama. No? Kaya nga po ang tawag po sa kanila ngayon, the gods of Padre Paura. Pero, ang ano po, attorney, tama po yung inyong punto doon tungkol sa pagdedesisyon ng SC. And we asked that also to Attorney Torion kanina na hindi po ba indicative na po yan, na hindi naman po sila nagkaroon ng ruling before doon sa kaso ni former President. Ang sinabi na po niya sa amin ay baka daw po kasi ngayon mas nagkakaroon na ng mas malawakang pag-aaral dun sa kaso. So let's say for example, hypothetically, attorney, what will be the effect of the ruling of the Supreme Court? Let's say for example, favorable ito kay Senator Bato de la Rosa. How will this affect the case of the former President?
Wala na hong mangyayari dun kasi nga may jurisdiction na yung wala ho namang kapangyarihan ng Supreme Court na putusan ang ICC kasi that's an international court. That's not even a state. Kaya mali din ho yung sinasabing extradition. That's local court of a foreign state. That's an international tribunal, internationally established, internationally recognized at meron ho siyang malinaw na mandato and jurisdiction. Hindi ho under sa Supreme Court ito. Kaya din, kahit mag-utos ang Supreme Court, iibahin nila ngayon ang kanilang desisyon tungkol sa similar issues sa TRO at saka pagpapatigil ng pag-aaresto. Hindi ho yan magiging effect. Wala hong epekto yan dun sa ICC. Kasi insulated ho naman yung ICC from the political happenings in our country. Sabi mo, ang Supreme Court natin, to be truly independent and to be a trustworthy judiciary, hindi dapat yan na i-impluwensyahan sa mga Senate shake-up, mga drama dito, mga argumento ng kahit kani-kanino. Importante, tingnan nila ano bang nasa konstitusyon, ano bang nasa batas, ano ba yung jurisprudence nila. Kasi meron ako silang jurisprudence na kinikilala nila yung jurisdiction ng ICC for, kahit nag-withdraw na tayo, for those cases that have been investigated or prosecuted when we were still a member, bago tayo nag-withdraw. Meron akong jurisprudence ang Supreme Court. And I don't think it would also be wise and fair for them to change that na naman dahil iba ng gihip ng politika.
Well, Attorney, before we let you go, of course, we want to ask you about the impeachment of VP Sara Duterte. Today, supposedly po mag-convene ang Senado para po maging Senate impeachment court po sila. Of course, may mga nakikita po tayong balita o dun sa mga interview po ni Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano saying na magkukonvene naman ang Senado if all the senators agree with the rules, no? At ang nakikita po natin dito ng may if dito ay yung isa pong proposal na amendment po ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta na payagan na bumoto ang isang senador kahit wala doon sa plenaryo. Ano po ang inyong take on that?
Well, wala dapat kundi kondisyon eh. Mag-convene sila and dinggin nila dun sa after they convene yung mga proposal for changes kung meron man. Plus, and I think it's too late in the day. Di ba? Nagsalita na sila noon na okay na yan. There is nothing wrong with the old rules of the Senate. Dalawa, kahit merong resolusyon si Senator Marcoleta para i-accommodate yung mga nag-absent o nagtatagong mga senador, mga fugitives from justice at makapag-participate, that's just his motion. Hindi naman malinaw, hindi pa naman ina-adapt yan ng mga senador. So, yung mga ganyan, hindi dapat yan gawing precondition for convening. Are motions and options or developments that can easily be tackled and disposed with by the Senate. So, hindi ho na naman sana gawing rason yan. Of course, option yan ng lahat. Malaya naman, magkakaisipan ng mga yan. But eventually, all of these things will be resolved by majority vote. Madali ho naman, huwag sana gawing rason ito para i-postpone o maantala yung sinasabi ng Supreme undue delay sa impeachment case na ito.
Alright, as always, maraming salamat po sa inyong insights and of course for your time, Attorney Domingo Cayosa, former IBP President. Magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Maraming salamat. Magandang umaga po sa lahat.